Hello, my name is Enoch Sinclair, and I'm the president of Sinclair Piano and Music Theory. My company seeks to leverage pop culture to make learning piano and music theory engaging and fun. I would like to offer you the opportunity to join me for a small loan of $2,000 to be paid back over 2 years with 20% interest. Some residents of Federal Way, where I live, have excess time and money and want to do more than lazily waste their lives away in front of the TV. Others are overachievers who want to learn the arts or want to have their children learn. Many parents want their children to learn a new skill instead of playing with the latest gadget or watching TV. Some are at the point in their life where they have reached a plateau and want to progress even after retirement. A rare few have a passion for the arts. Piano and music theory lessons could alleviate these problems, but the existing teachers charge too much, aren't accepting new customers, or don't teach in an engaging way. Without access to teachers, residents use their time in front of the TV or latest device, ever learning but never coming to a knowledge of the truth, that they are wasting their lives away. There are roughly 90,000 residents in Federal Way. Tacoma, Seattle, Bellevue, Kent, and Renton are all within 45 minutes of Federal Way and have even more residents. These other larger cities have the same problems as Federal Way, and many people are beginning to recognize the lazy trend and want to do something about it. To solve these problems, I will offer to teach piano and music theory to residents of Federal Way and the surrounding area for less than most of the competition and in an engaging way. My style of teaching will be built around the students' goals and their preferences in music, whether they prefer the latest pop song or the classics. I aim to show how even the latest pop songs are related to and have a foundation in classical music. Having said this, please allow me to share with you my company's vision and mission. The vision is to increase self-confidence, fight laziness, and be sought out by customers as the best piano and music theory teacher in Federal Way. To accomplish this, my mission is I will provide half-hour lessons and 1-hour group music theory lessons that will be taught in an engaging way using sound teaching principles which focuses on the student's goals, doing so at a reasonable price. Perceived value comes in many forms, but most are intangible. The benefits of taking piano and music theory lessons include improving the student's ability to handle pressures in life, responding to criticism, cope with success and failure, work hard, and persevere. Lessons also raise self-esteem. Numerous studies show that piano lessons help children in school. Such children score higher on standard and spatial cognitive development tests, and they score higher in math, especially in ratios and fractions. Children who take piano lessons also have improved emotional health, improved coordination, and are able to concentrate more and become more well-rounded individuals. In Federal Way, piano teachers are too expensive for many, and some students get bored with traditional styles of teaching. To overcome the competition, my product will be offered at a lower price than the competition, and it will have a higher perceived value. With most piano lessons starting at over $25 per hour, per half hour, my lessons will start at just $20. Customers will be able to custom build lessons around their favorite songs. Group music theory lessons will be offered in multiple time slots and focus on popular songs and how they have roots in classical music. Each piano lesson starts with a review of the song the students most interested in, and then teaches how they will be able to perform that song well. This will bring us to the customer needs portion. Parents have different expectations than students and children when it comes to music training. Both parents and students, however, do want high quality music training that is engaging, cool, fun. But parents want other things, including improved self-esteem for their children, affordable lessons, productive activities that replace mind-numbing electronic devices, TVs, video games, cell phones, and tablets. They also want their children to develop hand-eye coordination, a sense of achievement, confidence in front of others. They also need a flexible schedule. The value proposition for my new service is teaching piano and music theory for 26% less on average than the rate in an engaging way. Customers will realize more value by the added self-esteem and confidence they gain as they learn how to learn. They will begin to see the results of the lessons during recitals and in their lives in general as they improve. The skills I've learned through years of emotional intelligence courses will give value to the customers as I boost their confidence and trust in me and themselves during the lessons. My active listening skills will add value to the students who just want to be listened to and don't really care about whether they learn piano or not. The market value for piano teachers in my area can be as high as $65 an hour or more. The average teacher charges $100 to $150 per month, offering 4 half-hour lessons each month. My price was initially set at $15 a half hour, but research revealed I could charge as much as $25 per half hour and still be less than most of the competition. My model would be cheaper than the competition at $110 per month, with the occasional free 5th week of lessons as they occur on the calendar year. The value proposition for my product is to provide piano lessons at 26% less than the average going rate. Let me talk a little bit about management. Enoch Sinclair is the owner, president, and CEO, and sole service provider. Prior to founding Sinclair Piano and Music Theory, I received 10 years training in piano and 2 years training in music theory, including private and university level training at Brigham Young University. I've performed piano and clarinet for thousands, and I will be the piano teacher, the group music theory teacher, and salesperson. I will handle marketing, accounting. I will be the janitor and procurement agent. Basically, all aspects of this business will be handled by me. The advisory committee consists of personal friends and associates in the music industry who will give honest advice on how to grow the business. A sole owner can quickly be blinded by his desire to succeed at any cost, and the decisions he makes will lack a diverse viewpoint without the help of others. I recognize this. The advisory committee should be a non-advocate, but have a desire for the business to succeed. Study shows that diverse teams make better decisions. This commitment will help the owner make the best decisions possible. Sinclair Piano and Music Theory will be the sole proprietorship with only one employee. Within 1 year after this, we surpass 50 students, the company will consider forming an LLC. The reason for having a sole owner is the risk is low of being sued, and there's low risk of a piano being damaged, and that's the most expensive piece of equipment for this business. I expect I will need to work 60 to 80 hours per week starting out. After a year, or after I have 50 students, I'll consider hiring additional instructors as needed. Within 5 years, I expect to have several instructors and will need a clerk and assistant to help with billing, finance, taxes, and several other key elements. At 10 years, I plan to sell the business for buco bucks, but retain my teaching position with no more than 30 students. And those would be students who pay a premium, of course, to have me as their teacher. Let's talk a little bit about the cost. The cost is very low for this business. There will need $50 in new music lessons and books, $40 for printing flyers, occasionally every 3 months or so as needed. $100 will tune a piano. My time, of course, is priceless. The revenue model is people will routinely pay $65 per hour for lessons, but I'm only charging $25 per half hour, and only less than $20 for a group lessons. And I'm only going to add a group lesson if there's more than 5 students. Piano lessons will be charged per month to alleviate missed or late lessons at $110 per month. Classes will be based on a tuition model for a 3-month course at $240 each course. Key resources. I'll need to print about 200 flyers twice a year at a cost of about $10. Brings it to about $40 to $50. I'll also need to purchase music lessons, and there's no additional cost for some of the books that I already have. Insurance is personal liability that will be needed. Nominal cost. Homeowner's insurance will not cover a liability from a business at home. And business license will also be required. Recitals will be offered every 2 months, which adds value by allowing students, giving them a goal to work towards. Customer segments. We're going to talk a little bit about that. The primary customer will be K through 12 children, ages 5 to 17, and parents who want more productive option for their children. Children and parents who want to learn piano. The value proposition, of course, is lower cost, fun lessons, group lessons. Those combine popular music, and we teach them the roots of those and how they pertain to the classical music. And this can also be used instead of daycare. Teaching piano in a creative and fun way where a student will learn piano basics will be the first half of the lesson, and then apply it to their favorite song in the second half at a reasonable price. Each lesson is divided into 2 parts. In part 1, the student will learn piano basics. In part 2, the student will apply those basics to their favorite song. Partnerships. I'll be forming those with local stores and schools to get referrals. Other teachers in other musical devices, guitar, singing, would also be a great source for referrals. I've spoken with them and started to develop those relationships. Other piano teachers as well who have students that they cannot teach. I've met some of those as well. And in church and local community, there are many people that I know that are willing to refer and gain word of mouth referrals. To make this business successful, some of the key activities I'll need to perform are getting customers and retaining them. I need to set up the place to teach, advertise, set a lesson plan, begin teaching. You must be present at each of the lessons. Excuse me. And engage each customer in a way that makes the lesson the place they want to be more than any other at that time. The classes should bring even more revenue. Every 6 months, I will do a customer survey to gauge the market and see where the trends are, see if there's any changes that need to be made. Customers will receive phone calls to remind them of potential of their lessons so they aren't late. And in order to get customers, I'll be putting up flyers in local stores and schools. I've actually seen this method work with another piano and singing business. Very effective and very low cost. Also, word of mouth will be used later. Within a year, I'll plan to have the website set up with more online advertising. What is the analysis right now? The industry right now is growing. It falls under the classification, North American Industry Classification System, NAICS, as educational services. Basically, this is what it has to say. This group comprises establishments primarily engaged in offering and providing instruction at universities, colleges, businesses. Outside of that, it may be provided in diverse settings, such as establishments or clients' training facilities, educational institutions, workplace, or in the home. That's what I'll be doing my business. Teaching piano is cyclical with the economy. It's considered a luxury by many. So in 2008, of course, the number of students dropped. Recently, the economy has been recovering, and hence piano has been recovering. The nice thing about my model is that I will be offering these services at a lower price compared to the market. And so when budgets get tight, the students will either give up piano altogether or seek a more affordable option, which is where I would come in. The demand for piano and music theory is growing because the economy is growing. And Federal Way has over 90,000 people. My market would consist of 17.9% of those, roughly 16,000 of those are 5 to 18 years old. This is just for Federal Way. There's several cities within 40 minutes driving time of Federal Way, which have even more. Renton, Kent, Seattle, Tacoma are just a few of these. I would expect to grow to a max of about 80 students, and that would fill a 40-hour work week with perhaps 20 more for group lessons. I recognize the competitive risk, and due to the time, I will skip the management portion of what I've learned, and I would hope that you'll be joining me soon. Thank you.